Hi, my name is Chrissy. I am from Germany and I'm currently being trained as a Bible translation consultant. I did not know early on that I wanted to be involved in Bible translation. I guess God just took me step by step into that direction. I think it all started when I did a discipleship training school with YWAM, and I wanted to learn more about God and Christian living, but God wanted to show me that He knew what was best for me, and that He was calling me into missions, and that He could use me, even though I didn't feel very talented in any particular area. So I joined staff with YWAM and helped out here and there in different areas until I did a Bible course and was then asked to join the Bible course staff. So with the Bible courses each year, the students have field assignments, and ours went to Papua New Guinea in the Pacific. Our motto was to teach people how to study the Bible for themselves. And it was really, really amazing to see how God used these teaching trips. In one place, after studying the book Philemon together, people started to openly confess their sins and forgive people who had hurt them in the past. It was a very powerful and healing time. But in another location, people had come excitedly, but they didn't participate. And I was really confused by that. When I asked my translator what was going on, he seemed a little surprised by my ignorance. He was like, they can't read. And then I also found out that they only had a translation of the Bible in their trade language, not in their mother tongue. So we couldn't really teach people how to study the Bible themselves there. And I think that incident really impacted me. And that's when God really put Bible translation, in particular also audio translation, on my heart. I mean, in Germany we have several translations, and the first one we've had for more than 500 years. And there are still people who don't even have one. So God put this on my heart then, but it wasn't until a few years later that there was even a place in my organization to be involved in translation, in Bible translation. So I guess I learned from that to just be obedient in the next step that God shows you and trust Him with the rest. And at the end, it is not so much about being super talented or understanding all the details, but about being obedient in the small.
Hey everybody, my name's David Hindley. I'm a Canadian and I work with YWAM in Kona, Hawaii. We're working on the OBT 1000 project right now, trying to get the Bible translation started in 1,000 languages, hopefully over the next 5 years. So, and specifically with oral languages. Bit about my story. I was not thinking about Bible translation at all. Didn't know anything about it. It wasn't on my radar. And I was leading an outreach, and one morning I was reading the Bible, and God just started to put so firmly on my heart that He was like, you're going to work with Bible translation in the Pacific. And I was like, what? This does not have anything to do with what I'm talking to you about right now. But it was so clear, and I wasn't happy about it because I just thought I was going to go into the jungle for like 30 years and be forgotten about by the world. And I was like, I am not happy about this. I'm saying yes, but you need to help me with this because this is not what I want. And He really answered that prayer. He really helped me to not just accept it, but come to view it as such a privilege, because there's so many people that are in the state where, you know, when I first became a Christian, I didn't have any of the word, but I had access to it and I was able to go to it continually. And now here I am 10 years later, but I would not be here if I didn't have it. And there's so many people where they don't have the word. Like, how can they come to an intimate knowledge of God? But we can bring hope to those people where there's no hope. In my mind now, it's like we're bringing like death to life. Where there's no hope, we can bring hope. And what a privilege that is, that God would include us in that. So I just think it's such a gift from Jesus to be able to be involved in this. Hopefully it's going to be something that will be done by the time our generation's gone. And then nobody will be able to be part of that, bringing the Bible to a language for the first time again. So I just think it's like so amazing that we get to do it. God has really changed my heart, got me so excited for this. Still not sure everything that it will look like, how I can be involved. We're all pressing into God, seeing in intercession. We want to see it happen in our lifetime. I would love to see you guys be involved. I would love to serve with you. I'd love to serve you. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to meet you at some point. I did get married as a product of following this calling, so you know, who knows? But yeah, thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Erikley Diwaleka. I am 25 years old and I'd like to talk to you about oral Bible translation as part of Bible translation movement. Yeah, something I could learn, or I have been learning is that we have two great things we need to deal. The first one is praying, because there is no God movement. There is no the way God can show us His glory, His power when we don't pray. Now the first one is pray, and the second one is plan. Plan is very important because we must work according to what God has to us. And the first one is praying. Praying is the way that we can show to the Lord that we depend on Him. Everything comes from Him and depends on Him. That's why we need these two things, praying and another thing we need is to plan. We need to plan what God has given us during the praying moment. That's two things are very, very important.